It's Crockett 36 of Allied Headquarters, and I am going to show you a 60 bid. So it's not my 60 bid, but I just want to say that there's a couple of ways to bite this apple. A lot of times people put subs here in 111, they put a sub here in 110, and I think in that they're trying to just make sure they have naval units still alive, and then a sub over here sometimes, and sometimes a sub down here, sub down here, and 98. That's pretty good. Toronto raid, Toronto, not Toronto. I want fighter. Um, One of the things that I'd like to try to do with this bid is to lock out a region. Like, for instance, you're not doing sea line. So, do I think that's unusual? For instance, it might mean putting a like an aircraft carrier here, or some shipping here, or stuffing some more fighters over here. So that basically what I'm saying is, yes, I am going to scramble, and yes, you should anticipate losses to the Luftwaffe, uh, and or an aircraft carrier here, and another fighter here. So one of the way, so can we lock out Sea Lion? That's a question. It's a live question. I have not seen. I've seen a lot of dollars. I've studied some games, and this is not usually beneficial. Usually, people look back and go, "Oh my goodness, we just spent $60." And round three, the Germans look as strong as they usually are. And I think that's because of the dominance of just numerical superiority of the German units and production in this area and money, right? Second turn, they're almost twice as much as the British. So I don't think that's possible. So then we take a look down here, and can we lock out Egypt? Can we say, yeah, um, they're not coming. They're not going to make it into Egypt. Add a piece here, Alexandria, Egypt, Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Put a transport in South Africa. Put a factory here uh, right away. So that I think is a lot more doable. Maybe a lot of air power down here. Um, you know, uh, ship here that'll go and shoot into the Med. Uh, yeah, so that's I think a really good option. So then you look at over here, can we close down China? Um, so this is basically going to result in the Yunnan Russian fighter stack. So infantry in Yunnan, uh, maybe two fighters over here in the Russians, and that's significance. So that's very likely, because I do see that as keeping Yunnan. Then you got an automatic $7 more. You keep Yunnan plus the $6 for the Burma Road. So that turns into a $67 bid just by keeping Yunnan. The other possibility is, could we lock out India first turn? Um, Good question. I'm not 100% sure about that. Uh, it doesn't appear so. Um, could we make it more difficult? Jam some, throw some more allied shipping in this area and just jam them up, um, surrounding them every time. So the Japanese, when declaring war, really couldn't move very far. Now they can move out of a combat zone into another zone, but lock it up in such a way that you have layers of destroyers that block them from going anywhere. That's potential. The obvious one, I think, though, is locking out Moscow. Now, this is historically if you were to stop them, to make East Poland radioactive, if you were to, obviously at that point in time, you are not being very historical. On the other hand, it would require the Germans to be, to get those planes, to get those units in France out here as fast as possible. So, what does that look like? That looks something like, you know, let's make East Poland radioactive. So we have anything that can reach here gets an infantry. Uh, or you could go completely with, but let's go with just infantry. Let's go here. So you're gonna give each one of these, and that'll be $9. And we might as well go with those the fighters right away. Oops. Add units. Bessarabia, yes, Bessarabia. So that's $9 right now. Let's get these. Only one unit can be added to each of these according to the Axis and Allies bid. Current bid system, that's a fighter. And that would be $19 so far. Plane over here. It's $29 so far. That's half of the units that I can put on the board. So $60 goes rather quickly. So then what do we do? I think we put artillery here. And I think this is going to motivate a player to really seriously think about Sea Lion, keep these guys out of the war as long as possible. And I'll just go here with artillery. And then I don't like the divided nature of this. So that does make me hesitate a little bit. Because if you go north to Baltic or south to Bessarabia, obviously you're cutting off a good portion of your troops. So right now, where are we at? We were at 29. That's right here is going to be 33, 37, 40, 44 is what I'm seeing. And now we can put a tank in or a mech, tank or a mech. 44, that'll be 50 right there. And let's see here. I mean, again, does it look tremendous to you? I do think the spread of communism bonus is so strong that that's got to happen. All right, let's throw infantry here. Sure. Infantry here. Infantry. It's pretty far away. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to add, yeah, mech. A mech and a tank. Yeah. All right. So that would be one possibility of a 60 bid. Oh, yeah. I got to keep one of these guys for this tank because I got to put a guy in Yunnan. Let's remove that tank right there. I will add an infantry here to Caucasus for exploitation in the Middle East. Middle East exploits, as it should say. And right here, Yunnan bid. So again, this is not going to affect first turn because for one thing, this is going to motivate him to um, keep Russia out of the war. You're going to have the Yunnan stack for Japan. Japan's going to be up against it, down one. The enemy up 7. That's an 8-point swing right there. And then you are going to have pretty tremendous pressure on East Poland by turn 3. So then all these guys will go back. These guys will surge forward. Hopefully Yunnan stack will hold, get those guys back here, and by T3, maybe be able to get those if they're in Yunnan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to Caucasus, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they won't be able to hit. 1, yes, they will. 1, 2, 3, 4. So put them 2 Yunnan, 1 turn back to the Caucasus, hit East Poland turn 3, which is the likely attack, and get almost every one of these units. These guys all move here, turn 1, turn 2, everything on the board, turn 1, turn 2, everything on the board you're seeing right here, and 6 tanks could hit East Poland turn 3. So I'm talking 5, 6, 12, 16, 19, 22, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29 infantry, except for the Caucasus. 29 infantry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artillery, and except for these 2 mech and tank. 3 planes, 1 diver, and 2 mech and 1 tank. So that's pretty significant. Might not be enough. Let's 29. As far as units go, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 45 units plus tanks built turn 2, 45, 51 units can hit East Poland turn 2. All right, well, that's just a one option. I wanted to throw it out there as a possibility of my bid. This is not my bid. I'm still thinking about it, but this is a Russian forward bid. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I like historical. I'm tickled by historical bids. This does, if it was more historical, I think you're talking about more infantry. So I would put infantry here, infantry here. These will all be infantry, so that the one time in the game when they would actually be more Russian infantry than German infantry, right? I mean, that just makes sense, historically speaking. So, but they did produce great artillery and had a massive amount of tanks, much more than Hitler thought they did. All right, that's Karg 36 on one aspect or one possibility of a 60 bid, the Mother Russia 60 bid. Effective more mid-late game than early game. Really ineffective early game. Crack it out for Allied headquarters.